Could you have the courage at this time to still defend the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? It's a pleasure welcoming you, Mr. Nee. Yes, thank you. The Labour Congress demands 200,000 minimum wage, and from President Tinubu and his cabinet. Could you see that coming through?
All right. Thank you for having me once again.
It's a pleasure.
The request by the NLC demanding for 200,000 as a minimum wage from 30,000 to 200,000. I mean, that's almost over 500%. I mean, that's, to me, I know that's not possible. They can't get that. However, I mean, they can get over 100 or 150% in their salary increment. I think that's still possible. If the federal government can increase the minimum wage to something around 60 to 65,000, I think it's a good. I mean, minimum wage. So that will be for the lowest on the ladder of the federal government workers, because this is going to cut across all levels. It simply means that whatever percentage the federal government increases, it must reflect even to superior personnel. That means if you are in level 4, the minimum wage is 30,000, you start earning 65. If a normal civil servant who is on level 9 now, I'm aware they earn around 100K. Simply means we'll be able to earn like 250,000. But if they increase it by 500%, that doesn't make sense. Simply means someone who is earning around 100K will suddenly start earning about 600, 700K. Where is the visibility in that? And it simply means that we want to further, weaken our currency. We want to further expand the inflation rate we have in Nigeria. However, increasing it by 100 to 150% is quite much, but I think we can still manage it. Now, going to the NLC agitation, like I used to say, I said, now we have a president who understands the power of negotiation. For those who have been following me all through the campaign session, I told them that one of the reasons why I supported Ashwadi is because he's the best negotiator out there. He has this negotiation prowess above whoever his contenders were. He has this above Atiku, he has this above Obi.
But is it all about negotiation or the trust of the people?
Let me tell you,
to keep to their promises?
Negotiation is the number one thing when it comes to human management. This is the number one skill you must understand. Negotiation doesn't mean that you are cheating people. It simply means you are offering what you have and your ability to galvanize people's buy-in. I mean, let me tell you, no matter what agitation you have, like I said the Biafrans, I think they should call themselves lucky, though due to their own myopic and parochial mindset, they did not elect him. We are aware of that because we know that they lack the diplomacy sensibility. I know that they lack the diplomacy sensibility, but this is a man who is here, who is ready. When you are ready to negotiate, you will find peace. The Biafran agitators, they should understand that they cannot, by any means, bring the Federal Republic of Nigeria to its knees. They must understand that they are minority. Though their voice might be loud, but they remain minority.
Minority in terms of what? In terms of
of
course, demanding their fundamental rights of self-determination.
Everything, in terms of resources generation, in terms of contribution, in terms of political stamina, the Southeasterners remain minority. You cannot take that away. If you look at the geographical representation of the Nigerian map, they are the minority. So they must understand that their agitation must now be channeled properly. They must ensure that they bring in what we call intellectualism, go to the table of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This man is ready to negotiate with your people. And I think I can most commend Ohaneze right now they are openly, fighting against their supposed leader, Simon Ekpa, who Nnamdi Kanu handed over to. However, Simon Ekpa, who happens to be a man who wants the country to burn down. In the last 2 years, we have seen how over 250 persons have been killed by the supposed Biafran army trying to enforce the state. To what extent? People you are trying to liberate, you are killing them, you are incarcerating them. To what needs? Just this Sunday, I saw on TV, I saw over 50 buses conveying refugees from Enugu, conveying them down to Lagos and neighboring southern states. What a shame! They need to stay back, develop their state. They need to be able to ensure that federal government, we are ready to play that power at the center. This is what people of the South have learned and they've done. Look at the likes of Asari Dokubo. He has dropped the guns of agitation, ready to play with the center. Look at this very wise man who is a Wike. Wike has ensured that River, despite being in an opposition party, they cannot demand for an approval from the federal government. They will get it. That is how to play politics in this complex nation.
Okay. In this complex nation.
That is how to do it.
But I want to call your attention to this, that the Southeastern people are not minority. They are one of the major ethnic nationalities within the Nigerian state.
As of today, we need to debate that fact when they say that we have 3 major tribes. As of today, I think the Igbos have been sidelined by the Igbos. Yes, we must be sincere with ourselves, because when we look at the political relevance of all these supposed, Igbos, when it comes to our political climbs, they have been sidelined. They are now called bench warmers. And it's so unfortunate for them because they played politics of bitterness. They did not understand that in politics, you swing to the right, you swing to the left. You must understand that in politics, you will always, once in a while, lose some to win one tomorrow. But because of their short-mindedness, like I said earlier on, because their supposed leaders are all parochial. And it's so unfortunate.
Thank you. I think I want to come in there. I will, of course, expect.
But I hope you not try to defend.
No, I will expect the listeners to respond to you if they agree with your submission. But is Nigeria really working? Tinubu has been trying all his best, of course, to convince Nigerians that he has a better prospect for them. But unfortunately, all his steps seems to be negative at this time. And do you think you are happy with the Nigerian system?
Let me tell you, Enugu, ordinarily, if they did not have the backing of a president like Asiwaju, they would be, right as of today, they would have been exercising the 2 weeks in at home. But Peter Umba, who has been able to work hand in hand with the federal government, we can see the police IGP, Egbetoku, who took a very, aggressive and a determined and a decisive CP to Enugu State. We could say how they have been able to clamp down these non-state actors calling themselves Biafran Army. Today is Thursday, right? Which is supposed to be the 5th day of the 2 weeks in at home. Enugu today is, there is bustling. Go to the Enugu market. We could see Abia State, Alex Oti coming out. Coming out to say that we cannot go for that 2 weeks. It's impossible. There's no way we are going to survive. And this is because he understands that the federal government have deployed police officers who are determined to fight against these non-state actors. We didn't see that under Buhari. We knew Buhari outrightly what? He forgot about a region called the Southeast. He actually left them out. And despite the fact that this man who is in Imo tried as much as possible to buy his interest, we saw how Buhari he showed lack of interest in the South. But this is a man now that we have on the seat.
Yes.
He needs everybody to be able to come on board.
Okay, thank you. You said that Buhari sidelined the Eastern people.
Well,
what exactly? What difference does that make?
Hold on. Asiwaju is here to liberate the Southeastern states. This man is a liberator. This man, he has learned the skill of opening people's eyes. He would help to emancipate the Southeasterners. These guys have been in bondage for the past 2 years. They can't deny it. The man behind this camera dares not go to the Southeast and come out on a Monday morning and shout up Nigeria. He dares not, otherwise you have his neck cut off. These are the things that have been indoctrinated into their system in the Southeast. We have a new dispensation that will make all my Southeastern brothers to be proud again of this country called Nigeria. I mean, just last year, we saw how Southeasterners failed to provide their own quota for the Nigerian army. But I can guarantee you going forward, with this man that we have on, but provided that the Southeasterners are also ready to work in tandem with the governor on that seat.
Now, just let me come in. You said, you rightly submitted that the Southeastern people, and by extension, the Biafran people, has lost interest in the Nigerian project because you said they could not meet up with their own quota in feeding the military, Nigerian military. It's a vote of no confidence because they believe that the Nigerian state is not working, not just not working for them, it's not working for the Yoruba, the Western people, it's not working for the North, who has been agog, being ravaged, raided, killed on daily basis by the Boko Haram insurgency, militants and jihadists. So, which part of this country is truly Nigerian state? I could believe in the Nigerian project because they are not protected, they are being killed at will, and even the security operatives are not helping matters. So, what is that benefit about the unity of Nigeria as it stands now? Even your own people have fled, scurried for safety in the Benin Republic and other parts of the country. So, what exactly justifies, of course, your position or affirmation of this entity?
Thank you once again for that question. You see, we have those regions, we have 6 geopolitical regions, and then yes, the Southwest, the Northwest, the Northeast, North Central, South, and then the Southeast. Amongst these regions, we know that the Northeast has been able to record a substantial success.
In terms of what? In terms of prosperity, economic or security?
We could recall that as at last 9-10 years ago, the whole of Northeast was being ravaged, was swallowed by insurgents. As at 9 years ago, we had the jihadist flags in over 10 local governments in Northeast.
They are still in prevalence, they are still dominating
today,
those regions.
We have been able to record massive success.
That is not true.
The insurgents.
I think you have been economical with the truth.
In the Northwest, yes. Just recently, we are recording some unfortunate, incidents, whereby due to the overflow of the, unrest going on in Niger, in Mali, and all that, we could see that they are now trooping in due to our porous borders. Yes, the federal government has taken so many actions. First, by retooling and revamping the Nigerian Immigration Service, they have also empowered the Customs Service. We will see that Katsina, as of today, are now being able to fight against the insurgents. Just recently, we saw how the Nigerian Army have been able to record some, quite commendable successes by clamping down.
How do you measure the commendable success? Is it not measurable from what we are seeing?
Yes.
People are being killed, about 500, and the Tinubu gave a marching order. About another 100 or plus have been killed. So, how do you measure that success?
When we recorded some little numbers of massacre in Plateau State, this all happened.
Are you referring to your supposed citizens as little numbers? About 100 of them are little numbers, comrades.
This happened during the transition period. And during that time, the federal government has not really settled. However, immediately the government of the day is settled, and he has his, his CDS in charge. We could see immediately they swung into action. And I mean, in the last 2 to 3 weeks, we have been able to record, quite a number of peace in Plateau. Fortunately, we have not heard of any unfortunate incident. We have not heard of any reoccurrence of massacre once again in Plateau.
But however, hunger is ravaging the entire country.
Plateau, once again,
people are dying of hunger. What do you say about that?
Plateau once again has been able to provide what we know them for, tomato juice. I'm aware that that tomato price is now going down because Plateau is now enjoying relative peace. And thanks to the intervention of the security officers and personnel who have not been able to calm down the insecurity in the Jos. We must understand that the issue of insurgency is not a conventional warfare. It requires a lot of cooperation from the entities of that region. And this is why the Nigerian Army needs the cooperation of the Southeasterners. They must be able to provide intelligent, information on how we will be able to clamp down these unfortunate people calling themselves Biafran Army.
Thank you so much. Well, we appreciate your time. Yeah, good morning, comrade. It's a pleasure welcoming you here in today's political rumbles in Kuwait TV. Yes, Labour Congress is demanding for 200,000 minimum wage. How possible is that under this economic mishap?
Can't work. I don't know if they are just the same. The Nigerian government, the way it is, Tinubu is not ready to give any percent. The increment in the salary allowance of each worker, we give Nigerians another maybe recreational inflation, which will create a room for another depression, even if not recession. So I see that one not coming.
Okay, they are just whiling out their time because even it is not sustainable considering how difficult it is to pay the 30,000 minimum wage. Not all the states have implemented that, and you are demanding for 200,000. While Nigeria is indebted to the tunes of trillions, almost close to 100 trillion. I think that is not realizable. And do you think that the strike should be sustained?
The strike?
Yes. Or the protest should be sustained?
The protest, Nigeria can with the young guy in the land. Nigerians are not relieved to go under that relief. But one thing I know is that before anybody can say the National Industrial has given the verdict that Labour went against their verdict. So maybe they may arrest the Labour leaders before today or tomorrow. Perhaps Friday.
It depends on the content of that argument. It does not cover or restrain people from expressing their legitimate rights, and this is considered as a national interest.
Nigeria, for now, because of the hunger in the land, they cannot. That protest is not foreseeable. People cannot do it because people are hungry. So that's the reason I say they can't work.
Some said that the National Labour Congress are being selfish because they are only protecting their interests. What are those who are not?
Both NSC and TUC, they are only engaging in propaganda. They are. I can say they are part of APC government. They have taken money. They have collected money. So nothing will come out of it.
Nothing will come out of it at the end of the day.
Both from the judge, they are all collected money.
Yes.
Nothing will work.
They met with the president Tinubu yesterday after the whole exercise.
What do you expect? When they went into the Azona Villa with Tinubu, what do you expect? They will collect money and nothing will happen. Go and struggle for yourself. That's Nigeria. Not is working in Nigeria. Other this man, I've made myself clear. This man has nothing to offer Nigeria. The money shows the day. Tinubu cannot offer anything.
But he has been trying to all his best, struggling to impress Nigerians positively, but unfortunately, it's not working for him.
This is good in propaganda. They don't know where to start. That is their game. They don't know where to start.
And do you think Nigeria is in for such a propaganda at this time? Can Nigeria tolerate such?
I thank God for that. Because Nigerians are wise. Nobody can deceive them. So we are just waiting. Nothing will work.
You mean it? Nothing will work in this dispensation?
Work. People go and do your, I can say your public opinion, or not your public opinion, or what I'm saying. Even people are now lamenting that Buhari government is even better than his. So what are you telling me?
Honestly, but yes. that is rather unfortunate. When Nigerians should have expected a new leave.
They packaged the government for him. So he has nothing. He did not know how to drive the nation.
On the path of prosperity. Yes. Now, the Niger nightmare is alleged to threaten the democracy of Africa. Don't you think that is not true? The Niger coup will threaten democratic process in Africa, if not restored.
The Niger coup is quite unfortunate. But in every democratic norm, if a democratic president will not be able to deliver, so there is a way for a change of government. Let that be coup. So if there is a coup, the military will put everything under control. So that is what happened in
Niger State.
In Niger Republic. Forget about all this
noise they are making.
The ECOWAS caucus, there's nothing they can do. If they go to Niger Republic, they can't defeat them. The Niger military junta will just disgrace our country.
As you said that the military have restored normalcy, of course, since the democratic process or dispensation failed the Nigerians, don't you think that Nigerians should be looking around the military to salvage the situation as it stands now?
For now, the military has become Nigeria. I apologize to General Sali Ibrahim, the former chief of our minister. He said Nigerian military is a military of anything goes. So even Nigerian military now, they are not politicians. So I don't see anything, maybe change of government forthcoming. So
really, that means a party government once their interest is protected.
Even the Nigerian military, they are even more than the politicians. So they are like a politician. Nothing will work.
Nothing will work.
I don't foresee any change of government for now.
Oh my God, this is very terrible.
So because the president has already planted his men as the service chiefs. So how do you think the coup will succeed? It can't work. So it's only Nigeria should go first. We should pray that a good government should come in place. You have leaders who can salvage this nation, but they won't allow them.
That good government, are you anticipating that in the next 4 years, or based on the outcome of the election petition tribunal?
We can't say what will happen before the end of this year. Its vision might be overturned by the Supreme Court. So nobody can tell. So if we have a good candidate the problem we have in Nigeria is a leader. We need a good leader.
Of course.
A good leader, a exceptional leader. That's the problem we have in Nigeria. Forget about all this. Can't deliver.
They can't deliver, and the Nigerian is plunging into abysmal decline.
If the tribunal can obtain his victory, anything can happen.
And do you think Nigeria will be happy with such development?
The other two candidates we have, It's either Mr. Peter Obi or Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Those are the two people. Do look at the wonders he performed when Buhari was in.
Yes. Within the few days,
Those are the people who can deliver.
he performed exceptionally and restored hope to Nigerians.
This man is looking for money. He wanted to become another big grace of Africa. That's Tinubu. He wanted to corner everywhere. Look at the way he cornered Lagos. But can the Hausa Fulanis allow that one to happen? They can't walk. We are waiting for his miracle.
It's quite unusual when you view the streets now, the main roads. It is very scanty, empty.
Lagos is the most the dirtiest city in the whole Africa. Go to Lagos. Lagos is the dirtiest city.
The city that Tinubu built is the dirtiest.
What did he do? Where was governor?
People claim that he built Lagos himself.
Lagos came and left under Fashola and Ambassador. He did where he was governor. He did nothing. Show me one flyover he built in the
during his time of 8 years.
Yes.
But how comes people claim he built Lagos?
The resort.
He was
the only resort is always about propaganda. The resort to propaganda in order to achieve a political aim. You bring in everybody. The man was building bridges everywhere. You remove him.
No, and Ambode is a blessed memory.
And the sad human being.
He really meant to work for the masses, but unfortunately, it did not last.
This man, look at the people he nominated as a minister. People like Erufai Matawali, Umar Bambam,
ex-governors who failed.
People who failed in the various state landlord. Tinubu should be ashamed of himself.
Thank you so much for this wonderful submission. It's been a wonderful time having you, comrades.